So why is it that most people never achieve the life that they want? Why is it that you can give two people the exact same information and one of them will skyrocket to success? And what will happen with the other? Well, not much. My name is Gerald Rogers, founder and creator of the Prosperity Summit and Live Big Breakthrough Process, where we take entrepreneurs who are feeling stuck and frustrated in their business and help them experience massive growth so they're able to live the life that they dream, to be able to experience prosperity, not only financially, but also in their relationships and spiritually, emotionally, and physically in their health as well. So today I want to be sharing with you some of the core reasons why most people fail to achieve the goals that they want. And this is something that I've noticed as patterns over the last several years as I've worked with literally thousands of entrepreneurs through my workshops and personal coaching. And I want to share with you why it is that most people fail and the secrets to the people that are most successful in their life and how you can be one of those people that becomes an automatic goal achiever. So what I want to share with you over the next few minutes is the 5 core reasons why most people fail to achieve their goals. And I hope you understand the value of understanding this, because if you can look back in the past in your life and look at the times where you have failed to achieve the things that you really wanted to and that were important to you, if you can understand them and create some awareness, then all of a sudden it creates a new possibility for you in your life. So please take a moment, take some notes, write these things down, internalize them, and look for the future videos that we are creating on how to become a goal achiever. So first of all, let me share with you the reason why setting goals is so important. And I know you've heard this probably throughout your whole life, that setting goals is important, yet still at the same time I would venture to guess if you're like most people, you're still not getting the results that you desire from setting goals. Back in 1953 they did a study at Yale University with a graduating class, and what they did is during the study they interviewed all these students and found out that only 3% of this entire class, and granted, like, these are high performers as it is, but only 3% of this graduating class had clearly defined goals and a plan for their achievement. Now that's very, very interesting, but what makes it more interesting is they went back 20 years later and interviewed the graduating class again. 20 years later, after 20 years after they graduated, and they found something that will blow your mind. The 3% that had clearly defined goals and a plan for their achievement were more happy, they were healthier, overall they had better relationships, and just had a greater fulfillment in their life than the other 97%. Now you're thinking, wow, that's interesting, but how do they measure that? Well, what makes it super interesting is this, that they looked at these people financially and discovered that these 3% that had clearly defined goals and planned for their achievement had experienced greater prosperity and were making more money and had greater wealth than the other 97% combined. That's right, the 3% had more wealth than the other 97% combined. So when you look at this story, let me ask you very seriously, do you have clearly defined goals and a plan for their achievement? So when we look at the number one reason that most people fail to achieve the goals, the dreams, the things that they desire in life, it's simply, the first one is they don't know what they want. They have a lack of clarity. And with that lack of clarity, if you can't define what you want, there's no way to get it. You know, there's a great story from Alice in Wonderland where Alice was walking along and she came to this fork in the road and the Cheshire Cat was sitting there. And Alice turned to the Cheshire Cat and said, well, which road should I take? And the Cheshire Cat wisely asked, well, where do you want to go? And Alice was like, I don't know. And the Cheshire Cat said, well, then it doesn't matter which road you take. Most people live so unconscious to their power, their resources. Most people live so unconscious to what they really want, or they've given up on even dreaming because they've failed so many times in the past, that they stop setting goals and stop considering the destination that they want to end up in. Just imagine, it's kind of like taking this ship, right, without an udder, without, did I say udder? Is that what it's called? A rudder? Anyways, without a steering mechanism, they push it off in a bay and expect that it's going to end up in the destination. What's going to happen? More likely than not, it's not even going to make it out of the harbor. And this is how most people live their life. Unconscious. Most people spend more time planning a 1-week vacation to Disney World than they do planning their life. And so with this lack of clarity, it limits them, it stops them, it keeps them from getting what they want just because they are never able to define what they want. And I want you to remember this and write this down. Clarity is power. That's right, clarity is power. I can't say that enough. Clarity is power. As soon as you're able to define very specifically what you want, then I can show you how to get that. So the second reason why most people fail to get what they want. The second reason is that once they know what they want, if there is something out of alignment with their subconscious beliefs, it will prevent them from getting what they want every time. I want you to remember this. You know, a lot of people jump into it and they think the key to goal achievement is using enough willpower. Using willpower to get what you want and just put your head down and keep on working. Now, willpower is important, but willpower is purely a conscious effort. The conscious mind is only responsible for about 10% of the results that you get in life. Only 10%. 90% is driven by the subconscious belief system that is driving you. And so if there is a lack of alignment between your conscious goals and your subconscious goals, then you will get stopped every time. Willpower is never enough to become a goal achiever. Never enough. You know, in my years in studying hypnosis and becoming a certified NLP coach, this has been the biggest key right here. Helping people create alignment with their subconscious belief system so that the goals and their subconscious beliefs of whether or not they're going to be able to achieve those goals is going to be possible. And you know, let me just share a super quick example of what this looks like in my life. So I remember that I used to, you know, a couple years ago I set this goal, a health goal. I just want to get up and I want to exercise 5 times every day, right? That was my goal, January 1st. Have you ever set a goal like this before? A New Year's resolution. And I was so committed I was going to do it. So sure enough, the first week, boom, 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 I was doing it. Yeah, I was like, yeah. I was doing it. But what I didn't realize is underneath in my subconscious was this belief that exercise is painful, that exercise is hard, that exercise is, you know, working out. And anytime I had those beliefs, do I want something that's hard? No. Do I want something that's painful? No, of course not. Do I want to, quote unquote, lose something, such as losing weight? No. And so with that lack of alignment, eventually my subconscious won out. And I stopped exercising because, quote unquote, I believed it was painful. And so I needed to reframe my entire belief, my entire subconscious operating system, so I had alignment, and all of a sudden now I believe working out is fulfilling and exciting and I enjoy it so much. But when there was that subconscious friction there in the past, success was impossible. So the next thing I want to talk about real quick is the third key to achieving the goals that you want. And I want you to consider just for a moment that once you're able to create some clarity in terms of your goals, once you're able to create alignment and know that it's possible and believe that you are worthy and you're deserving of it, then the next thing you have to do is you have to make massive commitment. And a lot of times people fail to really commit. And when I say commit, I mean cut yourself off from all possibility of failure. To decide comes from the Latin word desire, which means literally to cut off. You need to decide and to commit that you will achieve this goal no matter what. And part of that commitment requires just telling people about it, writing down your goals, being able to declare that not only to yourself but to the people around you, and to cut yourself off from all possibility of failure. Part of that commitment comes to the fourth step, which is probably, to me, like one of the biggest things, is finding people in your life that can support you in those goals. You know, I recently began training for a marathon, and this is a huge goal for me. I've never ran probably more than 7 or 8 miles before in my life. So here I am trying to train and trying to get ready so I can run 26 miles. And to me, this is just like a challenge I wanted to take on in my life right now. And so I started talking to a personal trainer. And the personal trainer like blew my mind because all of a sudden he was showing me things that I hadn't even thought about before. And what he said was interesting. He said typically when someone joins a gym, less than 5% end up achieving the health goals that they want. Less than 5%. But then he said those that work with a personal trainer to make that commitment and to follow through, those that actually put time, energy, and money in working with a personal trainer, all of a sudden 80% of those people end up achieving the results they want, and the other 20% probably just give up because they didn't have the commitment or they were lacking alignment. So the next one is lack of having a coach. Lack of having a coach or a trainer or someone that can guide you, someone that has experience. Having a powerful coach on your team working on you and helping you create this alignment, creating clarity, and pushing you towards honoring those commitments and moving forward to that. And the fifth reason that most people fail is lack of immediate and decisive action. The biggest thing that is required in terms of getting your results is to be able to create new patterns and new habits in your life. The actions that you create eventually become habits, but only after 21 to 30 days. But if you can stay committed and create this alignment and have a coach that can push you through creating these new habits and taking massive action, then all of a sudden you are able to experience the world that very few people are able to experience. The world of the conscious creator, the world of the goal achiever. So these are the core reasons why most people fail. Now looking at this, think, where have you maybe not reached the results that you wanted in your life? What are the things that you can do differently beginning right now to start experiencing the abundance and possibility that you desire? So how can you gain more clarity? How can you start creating some alignment? How can you make sure that you make a commitment both to yourself and to others so others can support you in this path? Who is it who has already achieved what you want, that can be part of your team, who can be a powerful success coach to help you achieve more results in your life? And what is it that you can do beginning right now to begin tapping into the power of possibility and taking action and moving towards those goals? Making sure that every day you're moving towards those goals. Even if it's something as simple as asking yourself, what is the number one most powerful thing I can do today to achieve the results, to achieve the goals that I want? So this is Gerald Rogers, once again reminding you that you are an unbelievable creator that has unlimited possibility. Please watch the additional videos that we have on how to become a powerful goal creator and how to achieve this as we take you through the specific step-by-step process to create clarity and power in your life. This is Gerald Rogers. Remember, you have one life to live. Live big.